Good afternoon. Today is going to be a little bit different. What I'd like to do is a bit of a review on an item that I've bought. Now, for the past couple of years, for entertainment when it's dark, I've used a laptop to watch films, videos, etc. It's okay, and I think if you've been watching the videos, you realise that's what this is for. I hang the laptop upside down. It's worked okay, it's been fine. I did like the amount of storage space you've got on a laptop. It is handy. You can have a good variation of stuff on there, so it was good for that. But it was a bit of a mess about starting it up and fitting it up, and worried about knocking it, bashing it, and the screen and the battery life on it is very limited. So I eventually sort of come way round to the thinking of getting myself a tablet. Now, the whole Apple Android debate will go on forevermore. Myself, I'm an Android man because I do like to access all areas, and I feel that a lot of things with Apple is clamped down. Admittedly, you know, the Apple operating systems are built especially for those machines, so they integrate so much better, but for what I want and what I, for my needs and that, I found Android being a lot better. So I'm sort of Android phones, and I've got an Android tablet. Now, I did look at quite a few. I'm not, I'm not a big spender, so I had a good look round before I bought anything. Looked at the Samsungs and felt that some of the Samsungs at the lower end of the spectrum were perhaps not as good quality as the competition in the same sort of price range. So anyway, my main need for it, I mean, I will use it at home a little bit, but my main need for it is van use, using it in the van as an entertainment centre. So basically, maybe play a few games on it, but mostly it's going to be watching films and videos. So I wanted something that would suit that. I wanted something that wasn't too big, too cumbersome that you're going to be knocking it off, and there's a few other practical things. So I eventually went for this, which is it's a Lenovo, which I believe is quite a big company. They bought out IBM, they bought out, I think it was part of Motorola and bits like that. So it's a Lenovo Yoga. I'll put the details down below or up above or whatever in the title. And it's a fairly straightforward tablet, but there are a few things that this has got that a lot of other stuff in the sort of price range hasn't got, and some things that none of them have got. Now, the main factor for me buying it was this little thing at the back, which is fairly simple. It's just a clip up, probably see that, just a clip up bracket that you can have in sort of two locking positions, and then any variation on there. Now, that is great if you're in a van, because you can just stand it up where you want, put it where you want, watch it there, put it on there. And because it's got that hole in the back of it, by using sort of little hooks in the back of your van, it's very easy to place a hook anywhere and mount it. Either way, if I want to lie down in the bed, I can also use the same hook and mount it upside down. So that was brilliant. I like that. That's a selling point. That was a selling point on its own. Number two thing with this is the speaker system. It's got Dolby surround sound on it, and it's got two front-facing speakers, which is not that common, particularly in this sort of price range. Which I like that, and the sound is fantastic. I was watching a video here the other night, and I thought something was going off outside the van because it was that realistic. And it sounds corny, but it does make a difference. That's number two thing, so the front-facing speakers. The number three thing is, because you've got that sort of profile and that big bracket on there, it actually enables you to have a bigger battery. So you've got quite a lump of a battery down in that rib there, and it lasts up to 20 hours. It says in the book. I've not drained it down yet, but the percentages that I've been using, I can quite imagine that I'm going to get 18 to 20 hours out of a full battery watching it constantly on video, which is really good because it means that I can charge it up at home and then I can come out for 2 nights and it just lasts the whole time, no problems at all. It's obviously just the normal standard mini micro USB charger on it, which will just plug into your fag lighter socket on a USB socket. So charging, if I need to, is no problem either. So they were the main selling points. It's an 8-inch screen, diagonally. I like that because, you know, when it's mounting up here, it mounted up there. I didn't want something too cumbersome that I'm going to be catching and knocking all the time. So the size is spot on for me as well. The fourth thing about it that I really liked is it will take, or it has taken, a 128 gig micro SD card, which is quite a difference, you know, when you're comparing it to the 16 and 32 gigs that are available on the Apple stuff. I know that I think they've gone a bit bigger now, but you know, just sort of standard Android equipment, and that usually comes with about 16. This comes with 16 gigabytes on board, but as I say, I've managed to get an additional card for 128 gig, which means you can bang so many different things on there. And you've got quite a variation to watch, and you haven't got to be faffing about changing stuff about all the time every time you go out, sort of thing. You can hold quite a bank of stuff on there. So yeah, they were the big selling points for me. It's not got the latest. I think it's 5.5 Android on this, and I think now they've just started shipping a few Android devices with the later version, but no big deal, you know, that's fine. And I'm not even going to bother showing you the because you've seen it. Everyone's seen Android. They know how it works. The screen size is fine for an 8-inch screen. I can't really call it now. The 600 by 800 thing. It's the resolution. Sorry, yeah, the resolution on it is fine. I think it's 1028. I think. But I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is, for an 8-inch screen, it's fine. You can see everything clearly, and it's high definition and everything, so that's fine. So yeah, so that's that. It's a Lenovo Yoga, and they are 100 at the moment. I think they're about £129, which I didn't think was too bad. The only addition to that was the memory card, which is a 128 gig memory card, which cost me about 25 quid on top of that. But again, it's worth it for what I want. So yeah, that's it. There's not a lot more to show on it, but I would highly recommend it for someone who is in a sort of medium-sized, well, smallish van, and they don't want something that takes up too much room, but they want a decent-sized memory and something to hang it on. So that's that. That's the first of the reviews, probably the last. I'll see you next time.